Who've made it from Sligo for this, the first big domestic final of the season, second leg thereof. 1-0 to Sligo from the first leg. Referee here, Wilfie Wallace from Donegal. Opportunities here perhaps for Shelbourne. O'Rourke trying to force it through. Grogan getting it away, but here's Howlett. Gary Howlett. Oh, that's a fine shot. Well taken by McLean. They gave him room. Knocked forward then by Grogan. That's Thomas Dunn. Forward by Kenny for Moran. Costello in trouble. Oh, and McGough just managed to make the save. Moran still there, but happy to claim the corner. Dramatic opening. Plenty over which to enthuse. The quality of football in this game already looking good. John O'Rourke in here. And a good stop by McLean again. And Shelbourne need the goal for parity and are going at it with a will. Kenny Howlett. And all the way back to Gough. And now it's Costello. Plenty of options for him forward. He opted instead for McNeville. Dunn making ground to the left. Back again for Costello. Laid off by Gagan. Costello once more. Little return there for the substitute Kelly. On by Gagan. Costello trying to get in there. And the corner conceded by Tovey. Good stuff this from Shelbourne. And Stephen Gagan, their top goal scorer, in there. Thomas Dunn swings the corner over left-footed. Up goes Declan Gagan. Tovey not quite convincing with the clearance, but getting it away second time. Howlett with the throw. Kelly the substitute. And it's Howlett once more. Headed away by Gavin Dykes. And this is Johnny Kenny. Round McCopp. Round McNeville. Kenny with pace. McCopp trying to cover. Still Johnny Kenny. In for Moran. Oh, what a wonderful goal by Sligo. Just a minute to half-time. And Pádraig Moran makes the aggregate score 2-0. Johnny Kenny, brilliant, fooling McCopp, and then courageously past McNeville. And with the pace and the conviction to go for that line. But what a brilliant cross, absolutely superb. Over goalkeeper Gough, and Moran bravely in to finish it off. His 6th of the season. And a minute from half-time, Sligo Rovers stretch their aggregate lead to 2. Neville. Up went Aspinall. And things somewhat desperate now for Shelbourne. 2 goals they have to pull back. That's off McCopp, but it's gone to Kenny once more. Really is a prolific raider up that right side, Johnny Kenny. He made that first goal. Oh, and he very nearly made a second one for himself. Gough furious with his defence. They didn't close him down. And a real close call for Damien Richardson's men. Kenny really starring on this right wing for Sligo. Beautiful curve on the shot. Gough beating all ends up, but the post keeping it out. It really has been a wonderful final. But Shelbourne being put to the pin of their collar to get back into it. 2-0 in aggregate to Sligo Rovers. Oh, and the flag stayed down. Costello's in here. His cross, Declan Gagan! McNeville's through ball, Sligo caught square. Costello had continued the run forward, and the linesman said no offside. And Declan Gagan was there to apply the finish for his 4th of the season. And he's not normally the one who gets the goals on that side of the family. 2 minutes into the second half, Sligo 2, Shelbourne 1 on aggregate. Stephen Gagan with the cross. Oh, and a close call in front of Mark McLean's goal. Kelly. And then Dunn forward, headed away by Lynch. Sligo with the chance to counter, and Neville deceived by that. And Kenny shot! Just clawed away by Gough. 9 minutes remain, Tony Sheridan being sent in. Robbie Devereux leaving the fray. 9 minutes for Sligo to hold on to their lead. 9 minutes for Shelbourne to fashion A second goal and what would be the equaliser in aggregate. Kelly. Gagan. Kelly again. And now it's with O'Rourke. Kelly, forward for Gagan. Oh! Normally so lethal, Stephen Gagan. And he just couldn't direct it onto the goal. Everything else was right about that move, except the finish. And sands of time running out for Shelbourne now. A little over 2 minutes to go. McCopp took a knock there. It's Costello now. Howlett. Back again for Costello. And Howlett again. As ever, lovely skills from Gary Howlett. Beautiful ball for Costello. Support here from Sheridan. Sheridan in. Gagan! Yes, they've done it! Shelbourne's top scorer ties it up at 2-2 on aggregate. Lovely ball in from Tony Sheridan and the deftest of glancing headers from Stephen Gagan. Here goes Kenny again. What a thorn he's been in Shelbourne's side. Three of them can't stop him. Stop him, McCopp. Oh, here's Toby. And a wonderful save by Goff. Great run again by Johnny Kenny. McCopp's clearance only set it up for Toby, but Goff was quite brilliant. Well, it's extra time at Tolka. 30 minutes to separate these teams. 2-1 to Shelbourne on the night, 2-2 on aggregate. Stopped by Aspinall. And now it's Grogan. Sheridan and Kelly try to chip the keeper! And just didn't come down soon enough. Anxious moments on those benches as the first major trophy of the season remains to be won. Sheridan. Oh! McLean seemed to see that late. Tony Sheridan's shot. And the goalkeeper clawing at it, but he managed to get it away. Kenny facing Declan Gagan. A wonderful game he's had, Johnny Kenny. And still he goes on. Still power in those legs. Oh, what a fine shot. Well, Goff will say he watched it all the way. Costello. And he's lost out here to Burks. Burks shot. Oh! Saving Shelbourne, and again just wouldn't go in for Johnny Kenny. Steve Burks, great shot from long range. Goff beaten. Well, 2-1 it is, all square on the night. What a wonderful, wonderful match it's been. A marvellous advertisement.
You've done your bit. You've done your bit. More than done your bit.
Come on, lads.
You just relax. What will be now will be.
Mick's going forward. Craig going second.
The worst of all ways to decide a trophy, but it has to be decided. And Robert Brunton goes first for Sligo. No mistake about that. Mick Neville for Shelbourne. One apiece. The drama continues at Tolka. Gavin Dykes. Oh. Not with as much conviction as he might have wished. Now it's Greg Costello. No mistake. Two apiece. 2 goals apiece in the shootout. Well, they must wait. Darren Grogan places the ball. And Alan Goff waits. Well, he went one way, the kick went the other. It's 3-2 Sligo. League's top scorer, Stephen Gagan. He shouldn't miss from there, and he didn't. 3 apiece. Steve Burks now. He stopped it! Alan Goff has stopped it. And the pressure's really on Sligo now. Steve Burks missing out. Still 3-3, and this Shelbourne's chance to take the lead. John O'Rourke. 4-3. And the League Cup hangs on this next kick. If Paul Tovey fails, it's Shelbourne's trophy for the very first time. Shelbourne winners for 1995. Paul Tovey wide with the kick. And Shelbourne, 2-1 winners on the night, win the penalty shootout 4-3. Desperate disappointment for Gavin Dykes, but delight for Mick Neville, Shelbourne's captain, who receives the League Cup trophy from the president of the league, Michael Hyland, in the company of Tommy Ellis of the sponsors.
Well, Damien, congratulations. The first piece of silverware under your managership at Talca Park.
Yes, Tony, it's a very rewarding evening, most enjoyable. The game lived up to all expectations. The performance of both teams was a credit to each club and to the league itself. And it's very pleasing myself on behalf of the players to accept your congratulations. But the players, my players, were wonderful. The second half performance was absolutely superb.
You were saying to me before the game that the last thing you wanted was extra time.
Yes, it is, because at the end we're in the middle of a very hectic league programme, and then points are very, very scarce and very, very important. But at the end of it, you're in a major competition and you have to go out and win it. And irrespective of what the gods of fate throws at you, you have to be able to overcome them and assert your authority. And we won in the end. And we won well, although we won on penalty. I think we won the game itself overall.
Were you worried about the penalties? A terrible way to win or lose a cup final.
Yes, it's very hard in Sligo because both themselves and the supporters have been absolutely magnificent tonight. And it's very difficult losing on penalties. But penalties are a state of mind. They're not really down to ability. And our lads were very, very confident. We felt it was our cup from the very root cause.
Steve, it's often said in football that is the worst way to lose any cup final.
I think it's fair at the end of the day. You know, everybody has 5 penalties, and you know, if we'd have won, then I would have been happy, you know, to be taking the cup home tonight. But I felt as though we'd done enough in normal time and certainly in extra time to win the game. You know, with Johnny's shot that's hit the post, Steve Burke's shot there at the death. You know, I mean, it's an unbelievable strike. You know, from 30 yards, he's probably hit it too well. I've never been more proud of my lads than I am now, and you know, I don't mind saying there's a few tears in the dressing room. And a couple of them come from me. It's football.
But it's not half bad when you're a winner, and we have a winner here, Damien Richardson of Shelbourne. Your first trophy as a manager, congratulations.
Thank you, George. Yes, it was very enjoyable. It was a wonderful evening, not just because we won the trophy, but the fact that the whole evening was such a wonderful entertainment. And I have to compliment both sets of supporters because the atmosphere generated by the Sligo and the Shells fans was superb. And that's the thing that's been lacking in League of Ireland football over the last few years because the players respond to that. It's like a theatre or like a performance. The artist responds to it, to an active participation from the audience. And we had that. And everything was absolutely right about the evening. And the most important part was that people went home happy. And obviously the Shelbourne fans were a little bit happier than the Sligo fans. But it was a great advert for League of Ireland football, as the saying goes.
Without taking anything away at all from the fact that you won the trophy, in the terms of the pecking order, I suppose the League Cup comes number 3 of the big senior trophies. So how important is it in the scheme of things that you've got this under your belt?
Well, first and foremost, it is a senior trophy. There are 3 up for the season, and to win any one of those means it's a good accomplishment. The basic point is I only found out the week before that Shelbourne had never won the League Cup. Now, for a club of Shelbourne's stature not to have won the League Cup, there was one trophy outstanding, which became very important to us all. So the fact that we set that balance correct was enjoyable because it was irking some people. But I mean, it's an achievement to win the League Cup. Everybody wants to win the League Cup. We won it and we enjoyed it, and that's what football should be all about.
Now, the season for Shelbourne is obviously geared towards winning either the Cup or the League. I'd say the League, of course, and you're well positioned for that. As the season has progressed so far, would you describe yourself as happy with the way it's gone?
Yes, so far. We started, I came into the job very late in the summer. Pre-season training had already started. We had a few hiccups over the trips to Iceland and the performances home and away to Iceland and ultimately the result. But then we changed things around slightly. We've had a good response. I've had a good response from the players to a change in formation, a change in attitude and style of play. And one has to be very happy with the way things have gone so far because we're at a delicate part of the season, not a vitally important part yet, but still a part where you're building for the big part of the season to come. And we're just behind the leaders, we're sitting nicely, and we're playing very, very well. And there's a nice confidence about the players. More importantly, there's an attitude that we really want to achieve something and realise potential. And when you've got professional sportsmen who want to realise the potential and are committed to that, then you've got a group of sportsmen that you've got great chances with. And I'm very, very hopeful and confident about the rest of the season. Not just this season, but hopefully seasons to come on the back of this one.
Well, Damien, don't go away. We'll talk to you in a moment or two, not only about Shelbourne and the League of Ireland, but indeed the still matches coming up on Wednesday. Thank you.